Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your monthly reading for February. I'm Tiffany from Tiffany's Tarology, and I'll be guiding you through a beautiful reading for the month of February. If you are interested in connecting with me outside of the YouTube space, please check the description box, as I do have an Instagram that I'm very active on, as well as ability to book with me one-on-one. So I always like to let you guys know in case you want to dive deeper into anything at all. We're going to be doing a traditional Celtic cross spread today, but because I don't have a whole lot of room here on this table, we are going to be doing essentially 5 cards over top, 5 cards at the bottom, and seeing how things come along with that. All right, so our first card for Gemini for February Spirit is going to talk about our present situation. We have the Hanged Man, my dear Gemini. I will bring all the cards up to focus if you don't end up feeling that, or if you don't end up seeing that, I should say. Looks like you got your 4 of Cups for your challenge area. Third card is going to be your strengths. Try to get through this pretty quickly. You have literally the strength card for your strengths. That is beautiful. For your area of focus, which I like to think of as potential areas where you may want to improve, you have the Sun and the Tower. And for near future, you have the 6 of Wands. We're going to go ahead and move these over just a tad. And we're going to go ahead and do our second row. I'm going to pull the camera back just a little bit. Okay, hopefully that'll be enough room. So we'll go ahead and pull card number 6, which is your recent past. Recent past. Ace of Cups to the King of Wands. Advice for number 7. You have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Your current environment for number 8. 7 of Wands. Your hopes and fears. And last but not least, the potential outcome for you, Gemini. Keeping in mind that a lot of these things are fluid, so I love that with the Celtic cross it says potential outcome. All right, 4 of Swords and 8 of Wands. We will be pulling a couple of oracle cards for you at the very end, so stay tuned, my dear Gemini, and we'll dive on in. Anything that we don't understand, we will clarify. So with the Hanged Man, this card is about being a suspended animation. So in February, you might feel like you receive some news, because we have this 4 of Cups in your challenge area. You might be receiving some news that is going to be making you feel a bit off kilter. You find something out, you end up in a situation where it's like, okay, this is not the best situation. Okay, I'm going to have to ponder on this. I'm going to think about this. So I see you receiving some kind of information that makes you have to kind of sit with yourself, dive in to realizing where you are and trying to come up with a plan for how to move forward. So let's go ahead and clarify, what is this 4 of Cups about that Gemini is having to face? What kind of information was it that they got? Because whatever it is causing you to have to be strong. So the 2 of Cups, I'll move it over. And what else, Spirit? 2 of Cups, what else, Spirit? For this 4 of Cups. Page of Swords. This is a general reading, so this is going to be a little bit different for everybody, but there has been some kind of information given to you from someone close to you, whether that is a significant other, a boss, a partner, or like a doctor, someone that you convene with, talk to on a daily basis or a frequent basis. They came in with the Page of Swords, so information came in that cut quite deep from someone or something that you were close to, quite entangled with, and it's got you second guessing how you want to move forward with the situation. As we dive deeper into the reading, we'll probably uncover more about this conversation, and if you already have inklings about what this could be, what this person might tell you, who this is, drop it in the comments so we can get connected. Okay, Gemini? For your strengths, I love that you actually have the Strength card. Meaning that whatever the situation is that's coming at you full force from this partner, this situation, this job, this boss, whatever that is, you will have the strength to move forward. And as long as you dig really deep into that lioness energy within you, you will be successful at overcoming the situation, because the Tower is coming out as your area of focus. And so there was some really tragic news. I'm not going to sugarcoat this at all. Some really tragic news that probably came to light for you. Something that was fated and something that you really could not escape. And so for some of you, maybe you found out there's another person. For some of you, maybe you found out that there was some bad results on a test that you took. For some of you, it might be, hey, I don't think this is working for me anymore. Others, it might be you got fired, or, like that may be a recent issue that you had dealt with. So your advice is, with this Tower moment, to still see the beauty, to try to still see the good in this situation. Because regardless of where it is landing in your house, your life, your situation, you can overcome this trial, this tribulation, by seeing the good and not just focusing on the bad. So that's an area where Spirit wants you to focus, wants you to really get connected in with your inner psyche. And understand that ultimately you will be able to get through this. The Sun is the best, most positive card in the deck. So I have no qualms that you're not going to get through this. But you are going to have to dig deep within yourself to overcome this battle that has come and hit you right at your front door. But the near future, though, again, like I said, you're going to have a lot of victory. You're going to be riding high, moving past all the situations that have come at you lately. And I see you being very successful at figuring out a way forward in your life. So let's say some of you found out from a partner that the relationship has gone south, whether it's from just not seeing eye to eye anymore, from there being a third party, from finding out some tragic news, like whatever it is for you. I see you being able to get past it and understand, okay, this is how I go forward. And there's people, we'll kind of zoom in. There's people, let's see if I can actually zoom in. There we go. That are actually going to be on your side, and they're going to actually be able to help you get where you need to go. So you just have to believe in the power of the relationships and the people that you have in your corner, because they're going to be vital. They're going to be a vital part of what you go through, how you get through this, and how you are successful. So really relying on your team is going to be huge, because they'll help you get through it. So for your recent past, you had the Ace of Cups and the King of Wands. This is beautiful energy, right? Things were looking good. Sex life was great. You were working really hard at your job, and it was going so fabulous that I really think when that Four of Cups energy from before hit you, you probably were like, what? So a lot of you, I see this being a period where you're completely caught off guard. And I don't know exactly, and we'll try to get more detail as we go in. I don't know exactly who or what came in or tried to get this situation the way that it is, but I really do feel like this is a fated occurrence in your life, because something needed to shift, and maybe you weren't taking those steps to shift it. You were comfortable, you were happy with how things were, and Spirit was like, nah, it's not going to continue this way. So your advice is, I really feel like to cut your losses. With the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, it's like, stop trying to work so hard on a situation that's just not working for you. Stop resisting that need to be single. Like, you probably knew a long time ago that you were better off on your own, better off without this company, that you needed to make improvements to your health, like whatever the case was. But instead, with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, there was a part of you that could not see your way forward without this person, institution, this job, whatever the case is, right? And you were blocking your success in a lot of ways. You were feeling, though, like everything was perfect. Like this was a really big, amazing, happy moment for you. But I do think that there may have been some information that was left to be desired. That's the best way I could say it. Because I don't know if you really saw the reality around you that there was this need for you to actually be more defensive with your environment card. I feel like there may have been a sense of naivety in this situation. You had no clue that this person was either cheating, thinking about hiring somebody else, putting you in a pickle, saying, hey, we're downsizing, you know, we're going to have to lay you off, something like that, right? But you are being asked to really look at the people around you and really reflect on whether or not they were ever really in your corner. If you don't know, I feel like this is the perfect time to ask, to find out, to sit back and really evaluate the people around you. But Spirit wants you to be on the defensive. We have the Devil card at the bottom of the deck over here. So there is something that is really coming out of left field for you. So your hopes and wishes were to go full throttle, to accomplish your goals, to do what you needed to do to make everything work out as you wanted it to. You saw success. You saw forward momentum. You saw the finish line. But I feel like there may have been this urgency to become this King of Wands when you were really this Knight of Wands. And did you overstep some boundaries? Did you also not see yourself the way that this other person saw you? Like, I also feel like there may have been a lack of clarity around where you actually stand with this job, with this community, with this person. There may have even been a difference in the way that you were being perceived publicly and privately. That's coming through. And then also with your potential outcome, I see you having to really shoot your arrow in a new direction. You have to figure out where to next, go into a period of isolation, pray about it, meditate on this. Try not to get caught up in the emotions of it all, right? I see you really trying to come to like a clear cut, this is my way forward. But you're going to have to shoot your shot, I feel like, in a lot of different places for things to come to fruition. Because with the Eight of Wands, there's messages going out, there's texts, there's calls, you're interviewing again, you're dating again, whatever the case is. But Spirit is saying you will be okay. So don't forget that. But it is going to require that you take this time to yourself to really look at your situation for what it is, close that chapter, and begin again. I see you doing something brand new, a fresh start, shooting your shot at the world and saying, I am about to really get my feet off the ground. And you will go from feeling like you're in suspended animation to actually having a proper place to shoot your arrow. And you will no longer need to be stuck in suspended animation anymore because you're going to see so clearly where you need to go. Let me go ahead and clarify for you. What is the main issue? I'm going to put these in the middle. What is the main issue that Gemini is running into this month? Like, what is in regard to their finances? Is it in regard to love? Like, can we hone it in? Obviously, it's going to be different for everybody. We're going to do 3 cards. King of Swords in reverse. The Queen of Wands upright. For a lot of you, this was your job. 10 of Cups. Okay. So, there was an imbalance in the structures within a family unit, within a job, within a situation where maybe you also had a business partner. So I'm seeing you potentially have to like break up with a partner. You guys are not on the same page. One of you is being dishonest. The masculine energy is being dishonest and not really coming clean, I feel like. Some of you are also having to realize that this potential business partner or person that you were going to put a lot of time and effort into is not on the same page as you. And so you're going to have to kind of make some decisions there as far as how do we move forward, as a unit with or without each other. And for others of you, it's literally the breaking up of a family unit, a relationship that had kids, maybe distancing yourself from a physical family member as well. And so it's going to show up a little bit different for everybody, but that's at least what Spirit is giving us. So there's this need for you to embrace the singularity, embrace your singleness, and be happy that this happened, because I feel like there's a deeper message that you're going to come to that Spirit's not really alluding to with this victory card. You're going to actually figure out that this all happened for the greater good. And when you come into this month of not really knowing where to next, you're going to quickly see, in March, I feel like things will start making a lot more sense. We're going to go ahead and pull 3 oracle cards for you. And we will see what Spirit has to say. This is from the Sacred Travelers Oracle deck. All right. So we have choosing your path, all is possible. We have gates of triumph, success expands in your life. And we have miracles, expect the wondrous to emerge. So, because of where you were left, because of the information you received, because of what happened with this relationship, right? There is a need for you to start to, really start to look at your future. Where exactly do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Is it with that person? Is it with that job? Because you really might need to start cutting some cords, cutting some family member connections, and choosing your own path. Because honestly, the best way forward is to be yourself. And while you're in this suspended animation at the beginning of the month and then figuring out where you want to shoot your shot by the end of the month, I see you having to come to some harsh realizations through those tower moments that will come, that this is just a part of the process. You look like a warrior in this photo who has been through it, but they're not dead. Who has gained a lot of wisdom from what they went through. And you take that with you to the next place. I don't see them giving up. I don't know that they won that battle, but they didn't die. And they're still looking forward. They're still looking towards the sun, right? With the gates of triumph, I feel like if you're worried about going through this gate, because it looks like we're in kind of like a dark wooded forest at first. If you're worried about going through that gate and what is on the other side, when you see how far you'll come and what is waiting for you down the road, I think that whatever this is, if this breakup happened, if this job was lost, if you got laid off, fired, whatever the case is, if you got into a fight with a family member, if you had to walk away from a sibling, like whatever this case is, you will see that it sets you up for more success down the line, and has set you up for more possibilities than you could have ever imagined. But you have to go through that dark forest, right? You still have to go through the process. And with the miracles, I don't think that you're going to expect the positive changes that are going to come from this in the same way that you didn't really expect for this to all pop off the way that it did out of nowhere. But I do feel like what's going to happen is you're going to go through a lot of harshness. You're going to find yourself again. And when you reach the other side, you will be surprised at the manifestations and the miraculous situations that Spirit allows to come into your life. So if you have any idea what this is, you have an inkling of what this might be, or if you want to come back and leave a comment, please, please, please let me know what's going on. I want to connect with you guys and see what's going on. But I expect that you are going to have to make a decision about how your life moves forward, like ready or not, because something is coming to a close for you. But after the battle, there comes the future of the next part of your journey. And I'm excited for that for you. So, with all of that being said, my dear Gemini, I'm wishing you all the love through this trial, all the best. Rest and take time for yourself and understand that karmic justice will be served. But I'll see you guys in a couple of days for your mid-monthly reading, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.